25 years. And I love the beauty and I love Asheville. But you know what? The reason I'm here today, bringing this pipeline from Asheville that was sent to us from the Backbone Campaign and watching Steve build these fracking towers, what it is that motivated me to come back here is because of the people that Steve mentioned, and because we've been driving across the state now for several years. We've had 5 different walks now. They're like the pilgrimages that everyone's doing around the country, but we've been walking through small towns, and we have been meeting people on the front lines, and to me that's been the most powerful thing that I've done in terms of fighting this awful kind of methane pipeline, the Atlantic Coast Pipeline. So I just wanted to read this poem in honor of Donna, the Lumbee Indian, the woman who has taken leadership for years. She's married to Mac Ledgerton, and to Tom's wife, who's told me in Raleigh, before we got here on Thursday, that she could not speak, that she didn't know what to say. And I said, you know what? You know exactly what to say. Just speak from your heart. You don't have to be a climate change expert. You don't have to be a biologist or a scientist. Just talk about what it's been like to have your tree cut down and have these landmen coming in and taking your land illegally. They aren't even, there's no oversight for these people. And so I am going to read this inspired by a native blessing, if you let me read it. We're a member of APPLE, which is the organization that we created called the Alliance to Walk to Protect Our People and Places We Live. This is an earth prayer. So I'm dedicating this to all the people in the 13 counties that are fighting for their lives. You call upon the earth, our planet home, with its beautiful depths and soaring height, its vitality and abundance of life. And together we ask that it teach us and show us the way. So when I say teach us and show us the way, repeat. We call upon the Appalachian Mountains, the high green valleys and meadows, the waterfalls, the wildflowers, the hawks, the summits of intense silence, and we ask that they teach us and show us the way. We call upon the waters that ring the earth, horizon to horizon, that flow in our rivers and streams, that fall upon our sand hills and fields, and we ask that they teach us and show us the way. We call upon the forests, the great trees reaching strongly to the sky with earth in their roots and the heavens in their branches, the oak, the willow, and beech, and we ask them to teach us and show us the way. We call upon the creatures of the fields, the deer, the fox, the beavers. These are rivers in North Carolina, the Roanoke, the Chevron, the Cape Fear, and Lamar rivers, the Neuse, the water dog, and the rockfish of our southeast home. And we ask them to teach us and show us the way. We call upon those who lived on this earth, our ancestors and our friends who dreamed the best for future generations, and upon whose lives our lives are built. And with gratitude, we call upon them to teach.
Mike check! Mike check!
Mike check!
Let's wait for the train to pass.
Hi, I'm Joe. I'm from Lancaster County, Pennsylvania. In Lancaster County, Pennsylvania, we have a giant green snake going across our countryside. It's known as Atlantic Sunrise Pipeline. Lancaster's really good and very diligent at fighting it, but it's snaking across and it's killing our countryside. But right now, I live in Ellicott City, Maryland. How many people are familiar with Ellicott City, Maryland?
Yeah.
We had a catastrophic flood in 2018, but we also had one 2 years ago.
Yes.
And in West Ellicott City, we have the Atlantic Sunrise Pipeline. We have a giant compressor station that was allowed to triple its capacity. We need to get the word out. It's coming through Maryland. Our politicians say, oh no, it's going north. But you remind them it's going south. They're so busy being paid off by Williams and
Right,
others
can't even read the map.
that they're just are blinded. So hopefully we'll get the word out. Howard County, Maryland, Ellicott City, we need to get rid of the pipeline. Thank you.
Yes! Thank you, Joe. Is there someone who wants to talk about a different pipeline? Ted?
Yeah, I'm Ted Glick, and I've been working with BXC a long time. I live in New Jersey, and since after I retired from working with CCAN here in this area 3 years ago, I've been doing a lot of work in New Jersey, and I'm glad to report that the movement against pipelines there is strong, it's growing, and it's actually winning victories. There. With the Williams Company, same pipeline company, the Williams Company has 3 proposed pipelines or upgrades of their infrastructure that are being looked at by FERC. And we fully expect that FERC will rubber stamp them all as they always do. We will resist them. We probably will take them to court. You hear me, FERC? We're taking you to court. But what has happened is that the state environmental agency they basically have forced Williams to 2 days before they were about to make their decision. Williams pulled their permit application because they knew it was going to be rejected, and they're going to reapply. But that's another year for Williams on that one. That's the Northeast Supply Enhancement Pipeline, and there's another one called the Gateway Expansion Project that is about doubling the size of a compressor station in Roseland in Essex County and doing other things. And they were about to get a key water quality permit from the state, but a group of us mobilized, a coalition mobilized, put all kinds of pressure on the state environmental department, and they just recently announced that they have told Williams their pipeline application is deficient, and they're going to hold a public hearing in a local high school on August 7th, and we're mobilizing already to have a really big showing. So there's a strong movement that is happening in New Jersey right now, working with people in New York who are fighting against the Williams pipeline too. So just one more thing in terms of this whole campaign that we've had against FERC. You know, we call this action Crack FERC Open. And the reason is that there are cracks appearing in FERC. And it's within FERC in many ways because of what's happening outside of FERC. It's happening because of all of the pressure that BXC and many other groups have been bringing on FERC.
That's a good thing.
That's a long one. That we've been bringing on FERC for years. It's happening because of court decisions that are going against what FERC wants to do.
Yes.
Just a year ago, there was a court decision saying that FERC needed to seriously analyze the climate impacts of the proposed pipelines. And yet, the new majority, the 3 Republicans of the 5 commissioners at FERC, made their decision by a 3-2 vote, I guess about a month and a half ago, on one pipeline project that they didn't need to analyze the climate impacts, and they're continuing now to follow that through. So we can probably expect to see a lot of 3-2 votes in the coming months and years. That didn't happen at FERC before. FERC was a bipartisan, gas supporting rubber stamp machine. And it's not as if the 2 Democrats are all about what we want to see, right? We shouldn't say that. But there's something going on there, and part of it is this mobilization and the growing unpopularity of fracking and fracking pipelines and the movement that's being built. So let's just keep it up. We have to keep this pressure going, do our local organizing, our state organizing, and keep the pressure on FERC and other targets. The people can win this one. We have to just keep strong and keep fighting.
We are on new unsettled unsettling force for liberation, and we got nothing to lose but our chains, and we got nothing to lose but our chains, and we got nothing to lose. We are a new unsettling force, and we are powerful, a new unsettling force, and we're here. We're a new unsettling force for liberation, and we got nothing to lose but our chains, and we got nothing to lose but our chains, and we got nothing to lose but our chains.
I also wanted to, I mean, you already got a shout out, but Steve Norris made these ingenious crack towers that look like miniature.
And if anybody wants them, I don't really want to take them back to North Carolina today because I don't have a use for them in the near future, and they won't last too long. Bamboo as it dries out, splits and does various things. If you want to take them home with you, you're welcome to. You can carry them by hand, or better yet, have a truck with or a big trailer. Because these are 20 feet long. But if anybody's interested, come see me. The price is really cheap.
I want to introduce Kim Frachuk. Am I saying that right? Frachuk, yeah. Who is with Sane Energy out of New York and is also, except for the fracking towers, responsible for designing all the and that too. But everything else, she designed and created. Yes.
Kim Frachuk! Kim Frachuk! Kim Frachuk! Kim Frachuk!
First of all,
Yeah, they charge me.
let's all say thank you, Drew.
Thank you, Drew.
Thank you, Jessica.
Thank you, Jessica.
For helping us hold this space today.
Hold this space today
And create our sacred community.
and create our sacred community
That's going to become the new world.
that's going to become the new world.
You heard from Ted
You heard from Ted
that we have some wins.
that we have some wins.
We know this is a long road,
We know this is a long
but
road,
we've come a long way.
but we've come a long way.
We have lots of work to do,
We have lots of work to do,
but we can't do it without a vision.
but we can't do it without a vision.
We know
We know
where I come from
where I come from
in New York State.
in New York State.
We have many infrastructure projects,
We have many infrastructure projects,
and we have a governor that's running scared from us.
that's running scared from us.
He's pretending to be a climate leader,
He's pretending to be a climate leader,
and he's appeasing the frackers on Wall Street.
and he's appeasing the frackers on Wall Street.
On Friday night
On Friday night
at 7 p.m.,
at 7 p.m.,
he released a risk report
he released a risk report
about the Spectra pipeline
about the Spectra pipeline
running 100 feet away from Indian Point Nuclear Power Plant.
running 100 feet away from the Indian Point nuclear power plant.
We've been asking him to show that for 2.5 years.
We've been asking him to show that for 2.5 years.
And he finally released it
And he finally released it
because he's feeling the pressure
because he's feeling the pressure
in this election year.
in this election year.
He knows we can kick him out of office.
He knows we can kick him out of office.
As a matter of fact,
As a matter of fact,
he's trying to align with us.
he's trying to align with us.
And he blamed FERC
He blamed FERC
for staging the pipeline next to the power plant.
for staging the pipeline next to the power plant.
Now we know FERC is to blame,
We know FERC is to blame,
and the Nuclear Regulatory Commission is to blame,
and the Nuclear Regulatory Commission is to blame.
but so is Governor Cuomo.
So is Governor Cuomo.
And we know it.
And we know it.
And we share this information with our movement.
And we share this information with our movement.
And we learn together.
And we learn
And
together.
we grow together.
We grow together.
built a piece of art. To show the vision that we are working towards. I'm going to ask the two people on the FERC building to take a few steps forward to about here and join together. These are words that came from all of you. To describe FERC. I'll read a few of them. Grotesque. Smug. Dehumiliating. Sham. Racketeer. Rubber stamp. Obtuse. Oppress. Annihilate. These are not words that should describe our world. Who's ready to crack FERC open? People on either side of this. So three people can grab that orange strip here. And this is going to be theatrical. Don't pull it really hard. And more people over here. And if you would all like to join them, please do. Yes, let's crack FERC open. Crack FERC During a Beyond Extreme Energy strategy session, our friend Margaret Flowers saw our vision. The Federal Renewable Energy Transformation. We can do this. This is our vision. Let's keep fighting. Is there another pipeline struggle or any other energy struggle related to FERC that FERC must yes. There has been a proposal for almost 2 years. To build a compressor. In Franklin Township, New Jersey. This has mobilized a lot of people who have never been organized and mobilized. The response has been incredible. And even from the beginning, the Council of Franklin Township signed up to the activity to oppose the compressor.
It's the fracking capital of the East. We fight when and where we can. We're fighting the Mariner pipelines across the south side of the state. Every project that you block is that much less gas that comes out of the ground. So I want you to tell the Federal Energy Regulatory Commission that we will be heard.
Anyone else who feels the need
Want to talk about Cove Point?
Is there any other project project. I just wanted to say one thing. Should I keep going? Yes. Okay. Yeah, well, if I don't need it. I basically wanted to say that there are some people here who aren't directly fighting a pipeline in their own backyard. Can you hear me? Yes. Okay. I actually happen to be one of them, although I wasn't thinking of myself when I wanted to shout out to the people from Massachusetts who have been fighting pipelines. And they had one victory that some of us helped with, which was really exciting, against the Northeast Energy Direct Pipeline, which we all killed, or well, it's not, maybe not totally dead.
Yeah.
We killed it
It's
once.
critically ill right now.
Critically ill. It may come back, but there was another project that the Connecticut expansion project was built through a state forest that was protected supposedly by the Massachusetts Constitution. Now, a lot of good that did. But there are people who, are here in solidarity because we know it's all one struggle.
Right.
And
It's all one pipeline.
it's all one pipeline, we could say. So we give thanks to everyone who was here. We've been here a long time. I think it's been really exciting to hold the street for this long. We have amazing props which are going out all over the world through social media, and we actually had a few reporters here as well.
Yes.
So I'd like to ask if there's no one else who...
There's a 1-year-old that would like to say something. She's
All right.
new to the world and she has something to say. Her name is Ruby. Ruby, come on. Ruby and Ellen.
Ruby is her name. Ruby is her name.
All right, so I am Ellen Taylor. This is my granddaughter Ruby. This is her first action. This is not my first action. I am no stranger to that driveway. And I am so happy to represent grandparents and parents.
Yes.
And she is very pleased and proud to represent all the children.
Yes.
Ruby.
Yay.
We have to keep in mind what lies ahead for Ruby
Yes.
and her entire cohort.
Yes.
Rising seas, untenable temperatures, and it's all because we won't keep fossil fuels where they belong, in the ground. Her grandma's house up in Albany has solar shingles.
Yes.
Yay! And Ruby's going to live in a house with solar shingles too.
Yes.
I promise. That's my promise to her, that I will do what I can to keep the planet safe, whole, and healthy. Frankfurt open!
Frankfurt open. Frankfurt open. Frankfurt doesn't work. Frankfurt open. Frankfurt doesn't work. Frankfurt open. Frankfurt doesn't work. Frankfurt open. Frankfurt doesn't work.
And we belong to a group called Climate Action Alliance of the Valley, and we are raising money to build a big steel sculpture that will be a constant reminder of resistance. It will be placed in public land along or close to the pipeline route, and we want to increase people's awareness and activism and dedication, and this is a way to do it. You remember Picasso's Guernica, what a great statement it makes against war. This will make just as good a statement against pipelines. This is the handout I'll pass around, and just go Google the Defenders Kickstarter. Don't feel like you have to give money, but if you could spread it on your social media, that would be great. I'm not a great social media person, but anyway, any help you can give us is more than appreciated. We need more than the minimum the Kickstarter is that we're saying. So, all right, okay.
Yeah! Margaret Flowers from Baltimore, and
Hey, Mother.
very important struggles is just gonna close us out, and then we're going to have a song from Lucy.
Okay, beautiful. Thanks, everyone. I have 2 quick announcements. I want us to remember the Bayou Bridge pipeline.
Yes.
They are really struggling. They need folks to go down there, so let people know if they can go down and support Bayou Bridge pipeline. I also want you to know about an event tonight. Victor Wallace, okay. Let's do this as a mic check. Mic check.
Mic check.
Mic check.
Mic check.
Tonight at 7 o'clock.
Tonight at 7 o'clock.
At Busboys and Poets.
At Busboys and Poets.
On 5th and K.
At 5th and K.
Is Victor Wallace.
Is Victor Wallace.
About his new book.
About his new book.
Red Green Revolution.
Red Green Revolution.
About eco-socialism.
About eco-socialism.
Come and learn about it.
Come and learn about it.
Because it is our future.
The FERC.
We shut down.
We shut down.
The FERC.
And
we will.
We will.
Be back.
Be back.
We will.
We will.
Be back.
Be back.
We will.
We will.
Be back.
Be back.
You can count on it.
You can count on it.
So just another couple quick announcements. The people, Seeds and Peace, let's hear it for Seeds and Peace.
Yeah, Seeds and Peace.
And they were going to bring our lunch and deliver it to us here, but guess what?
What?
They couldn't get here.
They couldn't get here.
Why? We need some people. 10, 3 or 4 people. How many people?
4 people,
4
5
people
people to come with me
to
to
walk
go get
over
the
and
food.
bring the food.
We're going to bring the food back and have a community meal here.
Yay!
And we welcome Drew and Jessica back
Down
to
from
the
top.
ground.
Yeah.
Keep on working. Gonna build a brand new world. We are the new unsettling force, and we are powerful and new unsettling force, and we are here. We're a new unsettling force for liberation, and we got nothing to lose but our change and change. Got nothing to lose but our change and change. Got nothing to lose but our change. We are a new unsettling force, and we are powerful and new unsettling force, and we are here. Unsettling force for liberation, and we got nothing to lose but our change and change. Got nothing to lose but our change and change. Got nothing to lose but our change and change. Got nothing to lose but our change and change. Unsettling force, we are powerful and new. Unsettling force.
Oh, you're the best. Thank you. Oh, that's good.
And Andy spoke to several times. Right now, yeah, I already spoke with that. Good, how you doing, Phil? Also Italian.
Oh, you want me to?
Yes, I love it. Well, there were a couple words next.
Can I go aside?